Valley Club, we have another promo code of the week with another one arriving soon. Is a new arena meta arriving, and the path to orbs, they weren't great, but now that they're gone, are things worse? We're discussing all of these things and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Joining me to discuss the good and bad of Marvel Strike Force is my brother DorkyDad. And if you're ready for all these topics and more, then brother Dorky, let him know what to do.
You gotta go smash it.
Oh yeah, let's go smash it, baby. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin, this is DorkyDad, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Do this every single week. Keep you updated on everything that has happened and is upcoming in the game. And if you get some value from this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week. That's a normal week. However, Dorky, I'm going out of town for the next couple weeks, from the 16th through the 30th. So you are the last person I'm going to do the news with for a while. But yeah, I'm probably going to be doing solo while I'm away, just because I don't know what the schedule is. I want to spend some time with my family. So how have you been? How are you enjoying Marvel Strike Force? Seems like it's a mixed bag to me. How are you liking the game right now?
I'm a little bit burnt out right now. I'm taking a step back right now. I got Professor X. Like, after Professor, I was like, oh, okay. But I'm still kind of just taking a step back. I'm experimenting with other games right now. I still like Marvel Strike Force. I'm not leaving Marvel Strike Force. That's not in my head right now. But I am kind of feeling a way about it, which is a little bit interesting.
Gotcha. Well, if you are down about Marvel Strike Force, I do want to mention the sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends, and it's actually a really great time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends, because if you do, I want to show you how to get 3 legendary characters and 3 epic characters for free. So if you use that QR code up there or the link in the description to get a fresh, brand new copy of Raid, as soon as you're done with your tutorial, you're gonna get Karato Fox Hunter in your account for free. Great legendary attacker. He's gonna be great for a lot of these early dungeons. I don't even have this guy in my account. You're gonna get him right off the bat. And then when you're level 25, which I got you also on day 1, you're gonna get Uugo in your account. This guy is one of the best epic support champs out there. Defense down, he has some heals, he has emergency revive, great champ, you're gonna get him for free. Level 45, you're gonna get one of the best epic healer/revivers in Tagoar. And then at level 50, you solve one of your major damage dealing problems to the clan boss, you're gonna get Fayne for free. And as soon as you have Karato Fox Hunter in your account, enter one of these promo codes to get another free legendary right off the bat. My recommendation is to use that Demon Slayer code to get Tholen Foulbeard. He is a current fusion going on right now. People are grinding for him. Use that code and that download link. You're gonna get him right away, before even a lot of veteran players. And then coming in July, there's gonna be a login calendar for Lemonisi the Goldwing, another legendary character you get for free. So yes, Valley Club, you get 3 legendaries for free, 3 epics for free. And if you wanna get some tips and tricks, make sure you check out my second channel, all about Raid Shadow Legends. And of course, get that fresh copy of Raid, get those free bonuses with that QR code or that link in the description. So yeah, guys, check out the link if you do want to start a new game. I'm not going anywhere in Marvel Strike Force, but I have 2 games that I'm playing right now. But if you're looking for some free stuff, did you get this code earlier in the week, Dorky? This is the new code of the week.
I did. This was from like the Discord game that Strike Fox plays, right?
Yeah, the Counting Corner, and this is for 20,000 intel credits. And speaking of the Discord game, it looks like there's another one going on right now. If we go to this one, there's one for Battleworld. It's got to get to 10,000 for another code. I think when I was on earlier, there were about 3,000 or so. So about 7 more counts to get there, and there should be another promo code later this week. I will put it down in the description as soon as it comes out, but as of me recording this, it is not out yet. So do you like these Discord games?
I love it. The way that they are trying to engage more with the community through promo codes, through the Discord. Like, Discord has had a huge overhaul with Pathfinder and Strike Fox, and probably other people in the background just went absolutely crazy on it. I think it's great for the community, brings people more together. I know a lot of people are having fun. We get free stuff from it, even if you don't partake in it. It's great.
Have you ever been on Discord while one of these events was going on? I was during one of them, but a lot of these I missed just because they're only there for a little bit of time, and then everybody gets the rewards and then it's done. But have you ever been online for one of these? I guess the one going on right now is just kind of a counting one, but there was some fun trivia ones for a few of them. Have you checked any of those out?
I haven't, and I have no excuse because they do it while I'm streaming. So while I'm working, it's literally free streaming content I can go do with chat. I don't know why I haven't. I definitely gotta go check it out.
All right, well, hopefully I gave you some ideas and you can make some, have some more fun on stream with this stuff.
There you go.
All right, the Pride Gem, Dorky. A lot of people were asking where that Pride Gem is. There was a little thing on Discord or on Twitch earlier. Tin Can Man asked, when is the Pride Gem coming? Pathfinder said, it'll be coming later this week in a free claim. That was not announced previous. I think a lot of people are confused about this. Did you get confused or did you see this message right away?
I think I saw that message. I checked all the nodes. I saw that there was no Pride Gems, and then I think someone linked that message not long after. But yeah, it could be a little confusing if you're not someone that's engaged with the Twitch or the Discord side of Marvel Strike Force. But yeah, it's coming to free claim, so who cares? It's coming.
Free claim Friday. Is that when it's gonna be coming out? Is that your prediction?
Makes sense. You know, they're supposed to make Friday feel special with 5 whole character shards. I guess we get a Pride Gem instead.
Ooh, it's a Pride Gem, yeah. And what is that? Like 50 points to their current milestone or something like that. So intel, you're getting some intel with those points.
There you go.
All right, next thing that happened, the big thing, Danger Room coming back next week. Now, it's a big thing for me, and I think for you as well, not for the entire community. What before we get into what is changing about Danger Room, what did you like and what did you not like about this previous season of Danger Room?
I just enjoyed the gameplay. I really enjoyed the gameplay, and when I didn't want to do it anymore, I didn't have to do it anymore, and I wasn't missing out on anything, right? Like, currently, the negative zone, you could technically run it as much as you want, but outside of the first 2 runs, it's just node rewards. But the final nodes are tailored to a cursed, so it's not really a fun experience. So I'm not doing it, but I am missing out on that gold, the train materials, which it feels kind of awkward. For Danger Room, if I didn't play Danger Room for a day, I didn't miss out on anything. I had fun when it was out. Whenever I wanted to go back to it, I could. It was great. What I didn't like about it, okay, 2 things. I really liked that it was cumulative score for milestones. That's why on a baby account, I was able to get to milestone 10 with relative ease. Took me a couple hours, but you know, the path is there. I did not like that the leaderboards were cumulative. That made no sense. So I like that they fixed it for leaderboards. I wish they left it for the milestone points. But yeah, I had a really good time with Danger Room.
I like that. Maybe that's something that they'll do in the next run, but the one that's coming up next week, it looks like they're gonna do non-cumulative for everything, which for the leaderboards, I guess that's good, and I guess that's not the least important one, right? Because it's just cosmetic stuff in the leaderboard. The milestones, that's what everybody needs. That's the one that's not going to be cumulative. So as far as the scoring, that's probably the big change here. I know some people got confused about the scoring. Some people thought it went from cumulative and then it was like, oh, they're not adding anymore. Some of the confusion from that, because in the previous version, you need to be the elite node for that. Now it looks like we're going to get points from the yellow points from elite nodes and normal combat missions, which I think is a good thing. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. What was your interpretation of that? I mean, I know I'm skipping around on this blog post a little, but what was your big thing about the danger tokens, getting that from normal and the elite combat missions now coming up?
I think it's a great change. It's going to speed up the process for players that just want to kind of grind out danger tokens really fast, hit a milestone 10 run, and just leave and not play the mode anymore. It'll speed it up for them. It'll speed it up for the people that want to grind all the danger tokens so they can equip all those powerful packs and then do like a super mega run. So it'll increase it for them. And for earlier players that they don't have characters that can actually beat difficulty 10, well, it'll help them farm difficulty 5, difficulty 6 danger tokens. So they have like 2,000 danger tokens. Then they could go do a difficulty 10 run using rental characters, but have all the power of the packs on. So I think the danger tokens change is really, really good. And it seems like that's probably the give and take between, okay, you can't rent characters the entire week, every single run. You can do it twice a day, right? So you can't infinitely rent characters on a day, but if you're smart, you can farm danger tokens until you're ready to do a rental character run on difficulty 10.
I like that. I mean, you're kind of grinding for that. It's kind of a cumulative effect of your danger tokens. That is still there. You're not going to get from your score. The other thing, keep jumping around, I'm sorry. But the other thing about the score is that one of the things, you need to beat the final boss for the big score. A lot of the points were tied behind that final boss. So if you had like a bad run and you weren't able to get that final boss, you're missing out on most of the points. So a lot of it is trying to get that good RNG from the nodes themselves, from the characters dropping from those cards to get so you can beat that final boss. That's where most of the points are going to be. It's not going to be as cumulative. So I guess, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it is. It sounds very grindy to me, but I did enjoy grinding on this. I'm kind of looking forward to see how this was, because I think this is how it was supposed to be before, right? The first run was supposed to be your highest score, but I think there was a bug and it was cumulative, and then they just left it like that. Is that how it was, or is that just I'm interpreting it wrong?
No, yeah. What they said is going to be the case now is how it was supposed to be. It came in cumulative, and they correctly. They didn't try and fix it mid-run. They just said, okay, here's what it is. Let it be like this. Everyone's going to get more rewards this way anyway. Leaderboards are kind of scuffed, but like you said, leaderboards were just some rinky-dinky frames anyway. So it wasn't really, no one was up in arms like, oh my God, I was going to go for this, right? So, I mean, this is the way it was supposed to be. That's how they're doing it. I see the danger token as a little bit of a concession on their part to decrease the time of the grind for danger tokens, which is cool.
All right, so Starjammers out are cursed in. I'm not getting a curse, so I'm gonna have to be using rental tokens for that. I want to talk about these other characters though. Iron Patriot is kind of a holdover from before, but Ghost Rider, Blade, Elsa Bloodstone are all new, and it looks like they're supposed to be with the Accursed team. And then Yelena, Red Guardian, probably supposed to be related to the Thunderbolts. I don't know how good they're gonna be, because maybe they get some tags with the Thunderbolts. I think it's fun that we get to play with Yelena and Red Guardian for the Thunderbolts. What does stand out to you about these selection of characters that we're gonna have in addition to these three teams?
Blade is such a good character. And I really am looking forward to doing like a supernatural sort of, I guess with like Mordo there and Helverine, there's gonna be, I think, a lot of really cool thematic supernatural stuff. We're getting to play around with these plug and play characters in the Accursed team. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And Yelena should have been on the freaking Thunderbolts team. I can't believe she's the main character Thunderbolts. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. I'm excited to finally be able to play with Yelena and the Thunderbolts at some point in the Danger Room. That will be a little bit cathartic.
Now, the only thing, it's gonna be an old Yelena. I have not put any investment in Yelena or Red Guardian since the days of the military skill, which was years and years ago. So is it worth building up these characters? You're not gonna get any more rewards for it, but in terms of fun, because this game is all about fun, right? You wanna try to min-max things in the game, but at some point you just wanna have fun. Is it worth it from a fun perspective to build up these characters? I know from like a resource perspective and like getting rewards, there's no value in building these characters, but from a fun, is it worth maybe building them up to try to use them in the Danger Room, try to get some synergy with the Thunderbolts?
Nah, because you tank your resources. But they are going to give us 10 rental tokens, right? So what I would suggest, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to farm the ever-living crud out of a bunch of Danger Room tokens. Once I have the right packs that'll buff up the Thunderbolts or buff up these supernatural characters, then I'll use a rental token on these characters.
Just rent them, okay.
10 rentals a day, make it work that way. That's what I say.
All right, I think that's the better way to do it, but yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. All right, rental tokens. It went from 5 every time you did a run to 5 every day. Now it's up to 10 a day. It's a little better. I don't think I used any rental tokens last time. Did you use any rental tokens previously? I think I will this time because of the selection of characters, but I didn't use any last time. Did you use any last time?
I did. So like when I wanted to play around with Star-Lord or when I wanted to play around with Cyclops, the rental characters were bigger than mine because I left those characters in the dust, right?
Oh, I didn't think of that. I was just like, oh, mines are small. I'm not going to use them. I didn't think of the rental tokens. That's a good call on that. Okay.
So when I wanted to play around and see what kind of like Havoc and Cyclops, mods would drop in on during the gameplay, I used a rental token to get Cyclops. Same thing with Star-Lord. So I wasn't going to build them up. So that's what I'll be doing with characters like Ghost Rider, Elsa, and Yelena and Red Guardian. But I only have 10 charges a day, which is not super fun, but whatever. Figure it out.
You use them 5 times. Yelena and Red Guardian, 5 total rental runs.
Yeah, that's why I think like build up your danger tokens first so that you can power up those rental characters because they are a little bit weaker, right?
Yeah. Bug fixes. They put on size 100 Sentinel boots. That's some pretty big boots that they put on. Squash all the pesky bugs. I think for me, I didn't notice too many that were like game breaking. There probably were a bunch, but as far as like the game breaking ones, it was mainly for me some of the rooms. I keep mentioning that Sinister Six with the Illuminati room that came on very early on, and I didn't even take a turn. Super hard. What was the biggest bugs that you found, or was it something like myself with just the rooms? Some of the rooms that were a little too challenging for the early parts.
Yeah, the only bugs I found were the same ones, the cumulative score and all that kind of thing, right? The nodes themselves, the node composition, like you said, speed up on spawn enemies on like nodes 2 and 3 when you have 2 characters. It's like, okay, this is fun. They take 2 turns, they control you, they put slow on you, they ability block you, they stun. It's like, okay, come on. Yes, those sort of like really intense, really fast, really controlling nodes, they have a place in Danger Room. It's on floors like 12 to 15. It's not on floors or nodes 2 and 3, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I guess did miss the biggest bug, which was the scoring that you mentioned right off the bat. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the, what is it called? The Kiln Tower, the new one. Freedom Spire, the return of Freedom Spire. Exactly the same, which normally they add a few floors. I may be remembering this wrong, but it's the first time that they return one of these towers without any changes.
I want to say the first Kiln Tower with the Spider Society, I want to say that one ran twice, but I'm not sure. Okay. But it is awkward that there was no changes here, right? Yeah. The good and the bad, right? Somebody who couldn't finish Freedom Spire the first time it ran will beat it this time, hopefully, if they built up those teams, right? The bad side is, if you already did this once, this was like an hour and a half of just like, oh my God, getting through these. The load screens were killer in this game mode. But you only have to do it once. It's not like Dark Dimension where you gotta run it twice. So you can kind of, over the week, try and chip away at it and get through it. It's free rewards. What was it, 7 Gear Tier 20 orbs, like 28 Gear Tier 20 pieces or something like that?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I like these. I like these. I don't like replaying old content. So even if it was super easy and it just, even if it's exactly like it was as far as difficulty, if it was just different, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. Just that was the exact same content that I did a couple months ago. Some of the later nodes were a little easier because I built up my Liberty since then. But I want them to do newer content. Now, what do you, should the first few floors, if they're not going to do any changes to like the first few floors, be simmable? Because the last time we had this Freedom Spire, everything was super easy right until we got to those Cabal nodes. This time, even the Cabal nodes were a little easier because they got built up a little bit more since then. Should they, if they're going to keep returning these Kiln Towers, should they make some of these simmable just so we try some of these last nodes, which are pretty fun because it's new content? Or should they just leave it like this because they want that engagement time that they look for and their investors look for? Yeah,
so it's tough, right? Because simmable means that they just use cooldowns willy-nilly. So if you use certain characters early on, it might screw you later on. So instead of
maybe let's you two are simmable and skippable because I don't want to do that early stuff again.
Yeah, I think skippable makes more sense, and then your cooldowns aren't affected. Like if you are, I don't know, 200 times bigger collection power on your team than the team that is on the node, then yeah, like just let me skip it, something like that, right? I think a bigger issue, and not for us, but a bigger issue for newer players is that as Guardian sections, like cells 17 to 19, nobody builds up as Guardians anymore because, I mean, here as Guardian is not a war team. You don't need them for Red Hulk or Vol Bifrost. They're not the raid team anymore. And Odin, I mean, if you have Odin, then you're late game, right? And
Odin's easy. Odin makes it easy, but I guess if you don't, it's Hela, right? It's just Hela.
It's just Hela who has any sort of use, and that it's a war character, and every other content creator except me says skip war teams. So it's kind of
you do it really for your enjoyment. If you like war, you build up the war teams. Yeah, I don't personally like war, so I skip them all.
You're right. But Scopely needs to change it, right? So that as Guardian section made sense for the first Kiln run because Bifrost was still the team, so it made sense.
Yeah.
But they got to change that as Guardian section. Just make it cosmic. Right? Like you don't have to overthink this. You don't got to make it a curse or something like that. Just make it cosmic. Same with the Spider Societies, Hero Spider-Verse or whatever the heck those nodes are. change those to just be city or something like that, so we can use vigilante. The teams that become obsolete, Scopely, if you're listening to this, please change those tags for the other players that are up and coming. It's not fair to them to just have to skip over an entire mode or build up teams that are just entirely useless. It's not a good look.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the downside of devaluing all these characters, right? They wanted to do that so that we have to buy the newest characters, but when they do that, they got to update the content because there's no reason to go back and build up these old characters the way the meta is right now. You know, there was the Bifrost, they were the raid team. Spider Society was like the big raid team at the time. Sinister Six, they were War and Crucible, so you had a lot of value to build them. Now, not as much value to build them. So yeah, I think if they are gonna build this, or if they're gonna bring it back exactly like they do, they need to either switch up some of these nodes, and that'll even engage people like myself that just want new content, or just make it skippable for a lot of the early stuff. And then once you beat it, you're done. You don't ever have to do it again. Maybe mid-game players still have to build up some of these older teams, but they build it up once and then never have to build it again. I don't know what the solution is, but some fun needs to be added to this as well, not just for in-game players.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we have some milestones that I was missing. Good thing chat told me about it this morning, but they were in game for a while. This is based on arena rankings and spending campaign energy. So I just started spending my campaign energy today. And I was like, oh man, I better start playing arena. I'm not doing very good on these, but are you pushing in these? I don't think I'm gonna do very good in these rankings here. Are you pushing for these? Is this gear here worth it for you now that you already have Professor X? Or is it just more about these accursed diamond credits and accursed diamond orb fragments for you?
Well, for me, it's about the mystic gear for the accursed. Like, it's so much more important to get your accursed characters if you like Crucible and you've already got Professor X stuff. It's so much more important to get them to gear 20 so that they are not getting overpowered and instantly killed on either offense or defense, because this team is slow. And against a lot of teams of Crucible, they're gonna get hit at least once. So I'm doing it really hard for the Mystic Gear. I haven't spent any money on the leaderboard yet. I had a lot of strike tokens from when I spent money to get Professor X unlocked. So I've been using that to buy energy from the strike store, and I'm up to like 1,300 right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really far behind. I'm like 3,300. Oh, even worse. I dropped since this morning. 36,000. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing good in this one. But yeah, arena. Make sure you guys are doing this. Don't forget about your arena stuff. But and one of the big things in arena right now, in the arena meta, some people are struggling with. I am low, so I don't see that. But Professor X, are you dealing with Professor X in your arena rankings, right, or in your arena shard right now?
Yeah, one guy actually got Professor X a couple of days after I did, and we've been just like knocking each other out at first for no reason. So we're 1 and 2, right? We've been knocking each other out. It's been kind of funny, kind of fun. There's some insane weaknesses with the Professor X comp, because when you use Professor X for certain characters, if you don't have like Emma Frost X-Men there, I hit it with Night Stalkers and I walk over it. If you do have Emma Frost X-Men there, I'll do something like Songbird and I'll flip your defense up into defense down and I'll kill you. So it's like, it's really funny the way Professor X, because he is so smothering in everything he does, right? He smothers the battlefield with controlling all kinds of different mechanics. But because he does that, if you have one as well, it is so easy to walk in there and counter him no matter what team he's on. So it's like, have Professor X, win. Don't have Professor X, don't bother, guys. Just don't bother.
Well, I saw a post on Reddit that might disprove that. And again, there's no visual proof of this, but what this person wrote, they beat Professor X in arena, beating Professor X in arena since he came out. Finally did it with team Shadow King, Null, Odin, Old Man Logan, and Endgame Thanos. Took forever. It also depends heavily on RNG, so it doesn't look like it's a consistent win. I'm not sure how this works as far as a turn order, who you have to attack, what this person actually was attacking on defense. Maybe they did have Professor Emma Frost, maybe they didn't. But yeah, it looks like he can be beaten on certain teams. Maybe that one you can do it with full Night Stalkers. If this does not work, he didn't post any videos on this, and he didn't write who was alongside Professor X. You don't see this working. You don't see this working at all.
No, not with any sort of reasonable Professor X team. Has he got a hand? Did he beat a hand Professor X? Good for you. No. If it's a reasonable Professor X team with a pre-taunt and with an Odin or a Null or an Emma Frost or whatever the case, no, you don't. It's not Shadow King's passive is not about to nuke Professor X through a real team. It's ridiculous. No.
Okay, so this person was able to beat a weaker defense, is what you're thinking. All right, I wish I had some screenshots of what this person did or a video to see exactly what was happening, but this is all I saw. So I guess this is stuff. What would you say is the best offense right now if you don't have Professor X? This is what I'm using, and I beat most teams. There is some RNG on the turn order and all that stuff, but this one seems to work against most teams, even against Mephisto teams, even punching up against Gear Tier 11, or not Gear Tier 20, but what is the Overpower 11 Odins as well.
So that's the exact team I used before Professor X.
Okay.
And if there was a Super Skrull, then I would take an Apocalypse for Gladiator.
Okay. So the arena meta is unchanged, it seems.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about this next arena meta. So I want to phrase this question very carefully. When you first saw this team here, when these silhouettes in game. Now this team 3, at this point now we know that it's a cursed team. I still don't see their cursed team in this team 3. When you first saw this image though, what did you see for team 4? Based on what you see in the silhouettes and some of the rumors that were floating around that time?
I see nothing. To me, that the guy on the left, he looks like Mr. Invincible from The Incredibles. The girl looks like Black Widow with a gun on her holster. Like I can parse nothing from this image on what team it would be.
Yeah, I don't even see a cursed in this team 3. I know it's a curse. I don't even see that right now.
Yeah, like where is Satana's hooves or horns? Where's Helverine's fiery head? The hood is not super tall like that, so I don't think these silhouettes are accurate.
All right, these are just some random characters. All right, so let me know who you think is the next team coming, because based on the negative zone having 2 teams in there from raid, we have raid nodes already. A cursed team is a crucible team. They're not going to repeat those because they want you to get the new characters, so it's not going to be a raid team. It's not going to be a crucible team. I thought war, but a lot of data might do suggest arena, so this is probably the next arena meta. Valley Club, let me know who you think the next arena team is as we move on to the shop. Let's go back into the game. For end game players, I'm not sure if there's a big struggle in the shop, but I know for mid game players, new players, this is a real struggle. The shop credits, the conversion happened, and newer mid game players, they still have to buy a lot of shop things. For myself, I'm just going into arena right now, getting some training modules and Falcon Joaquin shards. Not really anything that I'm buying right now, but for new players, mid game players, there's a lot that they need to buy in these stores. What is going to go on with these shop credits? Do we need more incoming? How do you think the devs are going to deal with this? Because it's not just a few people complaining. I see a lot of people complaining about this.
Yeah, I think they actually had it right the first time, and then they changed it. So what they were doing initially was they were putting 200,000 shop credits on the first node of every new act in a showcase. But now they switched it to be 10K on every node, which obviously 10K on 6 nodes is less than 200,000, which is a big drop, 140,000 drop, right? I thought that they actually struck a pretty good number with that, and then they changed it. What I would love from the older shops is people to have infinite freedom on it. You know what I mean? With the exception of you can't buy infinite gold orbs, the Blitz orbs, right?
Yeah.
I think new players should be able to come into these shops and like reasonably be able to buy every single character shards they're hunting for, every single teal unique piece from the raid store that they're looking for. There's a reason why they had to make this change. And it was because the shop stuff was so obsolete for endgame players. But the game is not just endgame players, and people only become endgame because they can get through the shop stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it should rain shop credits on new players. I really do.
Maybe until you get to level 105 or something, or level 100, you're getting a crap ton of shop credits from whatever you do. Maybe like a daily calendars. I don't know what the solution is, but they need to increase this thing and then clean up this store. I mean, that's more of a personal wish, but they definitely need to increase the shop credits that new and mid-game players are getting right now. Yeah. But what I was hoping for this, and it may still come, was just cleaning up of all these shops here. I thought it would have one shop for Intel, one shop for everything else, We still have all these shops here. We just have some different currencies. What are you hoping long term is going to happen with these shops and these currencies?
Well, they told us what's going to happen, right? So we know the Blitz store, the Raid store, the Arena store, the Crucible store, and the War store. Those 5 will eventually be merged into something called the Supply Shop or something like that. So those.
Oh, it still is eventually happening. I thought that's what's going to happen here, and then it didn't happen. So I was like, oh, what's that? Okay, so they're still planning on it.
Yeah, well, yeah. This was supposed to be phase 1. The stores are still out here. Eventually, those 5 that all got this sort of universal currency, they're all getting smashed together into some sort of one place. And then, so what we should end up with is an Intel store, the Gold store, those 5 smashed into one, and then the Promo store, the ISO store, Ultimate store,
the Costume store,
and Battleworld. They'll still exist. Yeah.
The Battleworld store is a little different. Oh, let me buy this. I need Havoc shards.
Definitely.
All right. So yeah, let me know, guys, what you want to see from these stores, and what do you think is a fair solution to get everybody the shop credits they need. This is like old, outdated stuff. This is not stuff that we should be struggling for. The Intel, you struggle for that stuff. I kind of get that because it's the newest stuff, but for this old stuff, shouldn't have to be struggling, in my opinion. So hopefully they have some solutions lined up, but let me know, guys, what you have as far as what you want as far as solutions. And the path to orbs are gone. And while Dorky was here, I actually forgot to record this part, so I'm doing this part solo, but this is Reddit post. Where are the path to orbs? We do have a dev response on this. Finished the battle pass with Songbird side. Alliance did fairly well in the milestones, giving her some shards. Also got a Hyperion unlock event. Now I've unlocked him. Still no Songbird unlock. Anyone else in the same boat? And we have a response here before we get to that dev response. This one I think is pretty funny. Just need more Boundless chasing its own tail. So Boundless says, here's our new unlock method. Yay. Players, but those crappy orbs only give you a small chance of getting enough shards to unlock the character. You might even get 0 shards of the character that they're promoting. Boundless says, good news. We're going to give you fewer of these free orbs. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Players, how we would unlock a character with less of a chance. Boundless, you could get 10 to 12 of them for $5 as well. Hey, can't you give us a better way to get these characters? Good news. Now you could buy the character shards with Intel. Wait, but Intel's a limited resource that we need to spend on Gear Tier 20. And even better, no more free orbs. You can still buy 20 or 15 for $5 in the store. Wait, what? You're welcome. So the response, the official response from Pathfinder, what he says is, where is he? Oh, it's blocked. It's got so many negative responses that it's blocked. He said, Songbird shards are in the Alliance event, 25 each week. You could also directly get shards for Songbird, Hyperion, and Victoria shards in Victoria hand shards in the Intel store. I don't like this. The path to orbs were never very popular because, again, like the orbs that they replaced, where you get guaranteed shards for characters, for the newest characters, these got a guarantee of 0. So these weren't great orbs, but it did give us a chance to get some character shards. Right now, it's just in the Intel store, which is kind of a downside of the Intel store. Hopefully they switch this up and replace some sort of orb or make some characters a little bit more farmable. Let me know what you want them to do to replace these path to orbs, because yeah, this is an issue for a lot of players. We still, I guess, will still get these characters fully farmable and get them fully upgraded within 3 months or so, or whatever they were for that they committed to when they switched up the character release cadence. But looks like until then, to get them before that, spending is the way to do it at this point. But hopefully that does change in the future. Let me know what you want to see that change become. We mentioned that Battleworld store. My alliance was not excited when this launched.
No.
How excited were you and your alliance when Battleworld came?
It's Raids 2.0. It's just another raid that's launched every day right now. I just did a video of this on my channel this morning. Actually, I don't expect that to change for this battle world, right? They already told us the next battle world starts in September. They heavily hinted that it's going to be Sentry.
I thought they outright said it's going to be Sentry.
They might have in the last one. I know that it was heavily hinted the first time. I think they outright said it. Yeah.
They may have. They may. It should be Sentry and Void.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be a new game mode, right? So it shouldn't play like every other game mode in the game. This whole team deathmatch aspect of it, which is just there's waves, you kill the waves with the team that is required, and you move on. that it's so played out. It's so boring. We're done with that. We saw how Danger Room kind of shook up the pre-gameplay phase of Marvel Strike Force, and that made people excited and have fun. Battleworld now needs to shift the in-game play structure. Like we need new, like, you know how on the earlier missions we had like, oh, there's a shield operative and if she hits her button 4 times you win, or it's a hydrate, it's a button. We need not that, but we need stuff like that is just different than kill X enemies and walk away, right? So I hope Battleworld 2 delivers. I hope the boss Sentry is not going to be the just super suffocating void that Null is, because Null just doesn't let you do anything. It's just hit Astral, hit auto, right? So they have a lot of metrics that they need to hit here for Battleworld 2 not to suck. I'm hoping they hit it. If those boys that made Battleworld, made Danger Room, put them on Battleworld stat.
All right, for me, why I don't like Battleworld, and maybe extended to other people as well, but I could hit 1 wave a day. I'm fine. We're gonna get the exact same rewards. Doesn't really matter. I could do this Astrals thing, hit an auto on every single one of these zones, and it doesn't matter. I could go Null, hit it 1 time, and I get the exact same things. There's no more rewards. I don't get anything else for grinding more or just hitting on auto. They need to fix that. They need to make it more fun by leaning more into combat mods, like you said, to make it a little more engaging every time. But I think the other thing too is the rewards. The rewards, no matter if you're like super casual or, you know, if you have the Astral team, you just throw them in, you're gonna get the exact same thing. So I think 2 of those are the things. They need to make this a little bit more fun and not make it like other game modes, like you said, but also the reward structure. If you are willing to grind, you should get something extra. If you were super casual, you should get the minimum Null shards, but you're not getting all that extra. Right now it's structured very weird. And I was trying to think, there's some boring content in other games that I play, but I'm excited. And I think the reason why I'm excited to play those is because the rewards, a lot of min-max on some of the rewards. Sometimes you get nothing, sometimes you get something really, really great. And that variance is like, all right, let's go play this mode. Let's see what I get. Oh, it's a bad one today. And then the next day you're like, let's see what I get. Oh, I got a good jackpot. So it's exciting to play even like boring content. So they could do that, you know, make a high-low of this, make it, you know, some kind of loot box that you get something really good and that. I don't know. Those are just some ideas that go into my head, that just popped in my head. What else do you think that they could do to improve this other than just the gameplay? How could they make people like, oh yes, Battleworld is here? What would you think is like the best solution to like engage the community more, get them more excited when Battleworld comes around? Because it's not exciting every month. Just like, oh, we get some more Null shards, but we got to do Battleworld now. Yeah.
So like you're saying, there needs to be a carrot here, right? So if you go back out 2 times, you'll see that there is a section for a leaderboard here. So I think the gameplay needs to change. We need to change the perspective of we're clearing a node to we're just doing the node as best as we can. And there needs to be a leaderboard, right? There needs to be a reason for me to want to do really good on the nodes and really good on the boss. Because like you said, like you just go in there, you do 1 node, and the Null comes, you throw Astral, hit auto, you come back literally 15 minutes later, they finally died, and you've done your part in taking down Null one time. You beat Null 1 time, you've done Battleworld for the whole day, right?
All right, so you've played DC Worlds Collide. After you beat a certain boss for a certain thing, you don't even watch the gameplay, it just sims it, and you get your damage score.
Yeah.
Can they add that? Can they just add that to Battleworld? Because I don't want to sit there and watch my Null, watch my Astral do battle against Null. I'll just hit a button. It's gonna be the same results. I'm gonna get the exact same rewards. Why don't they just? Can they just add that? Is that too hard for them to code?
Well, they have like 75% of that built in with the raid sim, right? Where it'll sim until they die. Is there a way for them to also have that sim record whatever score you would have gotten? If so, then they should have that technology. But I don't want them to have that technology.
You don't want that?
I want a fun boss fight. Okay, do it for Null. Yeah, do it for Null, because Null's he's a dead boss fight. Great character we play with, but a terrible boss fight. It's just not engaging, right? For Sentry, just make the fight fun. Give me puzzles that I can solve and score better with every new run of Battleworld.
But here's the thing, you got to be incentivized to do better. Because if you're getting the exact same rewards for being super casual and being super hardcore, there's no reason to be super hardcore. So they need to incentivize that a little bit more as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. Battleworld. Any other suggestions, Valley Club, you think to improve Battleworld when it comes back in its second run with Century in September, Void? What would you want to see change so that you're actually excited to play Battleworld when it comes around? Because it hasn't really been that exciting for me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to, let's talk about the new team, the Curse team, which I don't have unlocked. I spent my money, my monthly budget on getting Odin Diamonds, and I don't have enough for their Curse team. Helverine is out. What are your thoughts on Helverine? I've not used him. How is he in Cosmic Crucible on the 3-piece Accursed?
So he's going to be the MVP of the damage of the Accursed team, but he needs the full team to prosper. Like I think he's slow at 122 speed stat. But he is the big damage dealer out the gate with that turn 1 ult, just devastating enemies, especially because he goes after Satana and after the Hood, kind of laying the foundation. He's the character that when he goes in the Del Sora, he'll be the first character that I probably farm up all the way to 7 stars with intel. I already have Professor X, that's why I will do that. And because I love Crucible, but he's the character on the team that I'll put intel into. I won't put intel into any of the others.
I would probably do that as well if I had Professor X, but for me, it's all geared to 20. I like what he did in the Cosmic Crucible tournament. Very, very strong. I also liked what Satana did in the Cosmic Crucible tournament, but the character that's coming out later today, is the Hood. What are your thoughts on the Hood? What does he bring to this team as this 4-piece? And will he give the Accursed team any value outside of Cosmic Crucible?
No, this team's trash outside of Crucible. Don't even think about this team outside of Crucible.
Full team is trash outside of nothing. Okay.
Yeah, and until there is some sort of thing like in the negative zone where it says Crucible rules are active. Okay, then they're okay. Yeah, they're great then. Outside,
basically, Crucible's just for Cosmic Crucible and whatever events they have for the newest teams, because they always have some events for the newest teams. But when these events are over, just Crucible for Accursed and nothing else.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Hood, and I think there will actually be case uses for the Hood and the 4-piece Accursed team prior to Satana coming out.
Okay.
His passive stops people from getting charged, stops taunts, stops heroes from getting speed stat, stops speed bar. His passive is crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I can't even read all of it because it's all pieced on all these level 1, level 3.
Yeah, exactly. So he's stopping speed up. He stops speed stat. I believe he stops speed bar. He's crazy. He's crazy. So I do think that the 4-piece Accursed team, if you built up Juggernaut, Mordo, and Helverine with the Hood, I think they're going to get used in this coming Crucible. It will not be on the defensive side, though. Do not put these 4 pieces on defense. They will get slaughtered. I don't care if you bring Mephisto with it. They will get slaughtered by a Quasar team. So just keep that in mind.
And that's because you said earlier they're really slow. They're going to take a lot of hits before they even go, and they're probably going to be dead if they're too small.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right, so where do these characters have dark dimension values? Satana, Helverine. I don't know if anybody's taken Helverine and Professor X yet, but do you see any of these characters having Professor X value?
So I brought Helverine with me at 3 stars into Professor X just to see if it would work. It did work, but I had to have Endgame Thanos, Gladiator, Null, and Shadow King. So it's like anybody would work at that point, right? But he survived at 3 stars, to his credit, 3 red stars. Maxed out everywhere else because, of course, you have to be geared to 20. And so, does he have value there? No. Will he survive? Yeah, he survived. But think about like Cosmic Section for Odin. Like, no, I want to use like Mephisto. I want to use Old Man Logan because Legendary is also active there, right? I want to use Endgame Thanos on Cosmic Sections because of the energy. God, we have so many great Cosmic characters: Null, Gore, Gladiator. There's just better Cosmic options for Dark Dimensions. But if you just really, really want to bring him, he'll survive.
So this would be for someone that really loves Crucible and doesn't have the other origin pieces gear for these other more valuable characters. Yeah, he will work, but is not the ideal option.
Correct. Yeah, 100%.
Gotcha. All right. Sorry. That was the wrong scene. And that is about it. Seems like a lighter news week this week. Any other final thoughts before we go and I start to get everything set for my vacation?
No, man. Have a great vacation. I hope that Scopely doesn't drop some sort of negative zone that you have to do every single day for a leaderboard on you because the Accursed team is available.
Don't even say that. Don't even put that out in the universe. Those Odin Diamond grinding was not fun.
Yeah, they would not.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys go and check out all the content he has on his channel. Puts out a lot of Marvel Strike Force content. When I'm struggling with something in the game, I go check out DorkyDad's channel. And when I'm going to get my Twitch drops, I go watch DorkyDad because he's always on. So make sure you check out all the DorkyDad content. If you did get some value from this video, leave it a like. Check out my second channel, all about raid challenges. If you want to start a brand new account, get some characters for free. I will see you guys next time, though. Have a great rest of your day. Are you ready for a Hulk fist bump, brother Dorky?
Let's do it, man. Last one for the vacation. Let me crack these knuckles.
Oh, yeah. All right.
We're ready.
Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, DorkyDad out. Have a great day, guys.